Hello, welcome. Come in and let's talk about selling your home. I'm Lydia Player with Ebby Halliday Realtors. Let's talk about some tips for selling your home. When you've got your home on the market, and we're marketing it to a lot of people, we're marketing it to the general public and to other agents. In Dallas, 85% of the time, the buyer for your property is going to be brought by another agent. So it's important that we're marketing your property to both the general public and to the general agents in the area. Now, when a buyer looks at your property, they have 5 decision points. The first decision they make is when they're looking at it online. They look at the photos, they look at the description, and they decide then whether or not they want to come take a look at your house. So the first decision point is online. The photographs need to be great. The descriptions need to be what appeals to them. The second decision point is when they drive up and walk up to your property. When it's 100 degrees outside in Dallas and they drive up, if it doesn't appeal to them so much, they might say, oh, let's move on, maybe another house. Or they walk up to the front of the property and the agent's getting the key box out and, fumbling with the keys or something. They're looking around at the entrance and how it appears from the outside. So the second decision point is when they drive up and walk up. Their expectations get set at that point. Either they're thinking, maybe this isn't the house for me, or they're thinking, oh, this is nice. I'm eager to see what's inside. The third and the biggest decision point is in the first 10 seconds of walking in the door. I can turn around to a potential buyer after walking into the house, 10 seconds later turn around to them and say, so what do you think? And if they say, I'm not so sure, no, I don't really think this is for me, we can go ahead and leave now. But if I turn around to them and I say, what do you think? And they say, yes, I like it, they're feeling good about it, then we're halfway there. So when those potential buyers walk in the front door, we want the clouds to part, the sun to shine, and the birds to chirp. We want them to fall in love with your property. So there's things we need to do to stage the house, to make it sound good, feel good, smell good, that's going to help make that buyer fall in love with your house. So after those 3 decision points, there's only 2 more decision points that are a make or break for your property. It's the master suite. And when I say master suite, I mean the master bedroom, closets, and bathroom, and the kitchen. Those are the only 2 things that could kill the deal at that point. So it doesn't matter if the upstairs bedroom is pink, purple, polka dotted. If you've passed those first 5 decision points, you've got a pretty good chance of getting that potential buyer to be interested in making an offer on your property. If you blow it in those first 5 decision points, they're not going to buy your house. I'd like to talk with you about some of the specific things that we want to do when we put your house on the market for sale. Every house that I list for sale, I work a minimum of 2 hours with a professional stager to make it look right and make it appeal to those buyers. There is a psychology of working with buyers and the way they think and the way that you can present your house to appeal to them and let them imagine themselves living there. In this house, for example, we've got a beautiful entry. One of the things that's important is how the house smells. This house smells wonderful. You can't tell it right now, but the best scent is to use either fresh linen or fresh rain. Pumpkin's also a great smell, except you can only get it in the fall. But everybody loves the smell of fresh linen and fresh rain. Stay away from the floral scents. Not everybody loves those. We also want the house to sound good. I'm going to provide for you, when we list your house for sale, a CD of music that I'd like you to play for the showings. If you don't have the CD player or surround sound or something like that, you can always put soft jazz on the TV stations in all the rooms. And I mean softly, we don't want to overwhelm people. But the best music to play is either Frank Sinatra or Michael Bublé. It has a nice walking pace, most of their songs. If you're older, you can relate to it. If you're younger, you think it's cool and hip. A lot of people think, oh, I'll put symphony music on and my house will seem classy. But there might be young people that walk in and they feel like this house is old and boring, it's not for me. So we want to appeal to the most people by making it sound good as well. Now you can see this house beautifully staged. What you want to do is remove all the clutter that you can. I like to come in and a lot of times the stager will get rid of, a third of what you have. When we stage your property, we work with what you own. I'm not going to give you a long shopping list of things to go out and buy. We're going to make what you have most appealing. But neutral is best. I know a lot of people think, well, my house is unique, it's great, everybody's going to love it the way I do. But we want them to visualize themselves living there. So we want them to see themselves without your family photos and without too much of your things, because buyers typically do not have a lot of imagination. However they see your home, that's how they think they're going to live. So if they see a lot of dog toys around and dog bowls around and they say, well, I'm not a dog person really, that's a negative that we don't want to conjure up in their mind. If they see kids' toys around and they don't have children, they're going to imagine themselves living the way they see you're living. So we don't want a broom, we don't even want a scale in the bathroom. We want the house to look carefree and comfortable for them. When staging your home, we want those buyers to envision themselves living there. So, for example, one of the things we like to do is on an outdoor area, and this house has a beautiful pool area, we might put a throw and a pair of reading glasses, a magazine, a coffee cup there, and make it look like somebody had just gotten up from that. And I literally hear buyers say, oh, I'm going to go out there every morning and read my newspaper and drink my coffee. However, we know they've got 4 kids, busy jobs, hectic schedules. They don't have the time to sit out there and read the read the paper. And they don't have time to sit out there and read the paper and drink their coffee, but they think they will. So we want them to envision themselves living what they think is a perfect lifestyle. When they buy this house, their life will become perfect. The kids won't fight, they won't be overweight, everybody will love each other, their life will be perfect, because that's what people want when they're looking to buy a home. So we talked about the 5 decision points that people have. Online, it needs to be great, enough to entice them to want to come see it. The second is the curb appeal and the front door appeal. You want it to look lush, you want it to look inviting, you want it to look warm and clean and pristine. The third is when they walk in the door. So in this house, it smells good, it sounds good, it's appealing. And the time somebody can walk in a door in 10 seconds, and this is a big, lovely home, they have gotten from the front door all the way into the living room. They might be going into the bedroom or into the kitchen at that point. So they're going to see a pretty good amount of portion of your house when they make that decision. So try it yourself. Go to your front door, walk inside, see how far you get in 10 seconds. The master suite should be warm and inviting, and it should feel like an adult space. You want it to be a couple's retreat that people can imagine themselves in. It should be warm and plush, soft. It should be romantic and intimate. And the rest of the master suite, you want to have a lot of closet space. So take a lot of the stuff out of the closet. Get rid of the stuff seasonal that you're not wearing right now. If this is winter, go ahead and get rid of the summer stuff. We're going to have your house sold and you're not going to need to wear it here. So pack a lot of it away. I want to see extra space in that closet. Room for the buyer to put their things. And in the master bath, we want it to feel like a spa. Lots of white fluffy towels, fresh soap, make it clean, make it sparkling, and make it pristine. This is a lovely kitchen, and this house is a traditional country French style, so it really works with the whole theme of the house. However, we haven't staged it yet, so there are a few things I want to point out that would make it look even better. For example, you don't want the dishwashing rack sitting out, or things like this that remind people that they have to ever do work. The kitchen needs to look like it's just effortless. We want to clear almost everything off the counters. A few stainless pieces can remain, a coffee maker, a few things like that, but a lot of these things should go off of the counters, and a lot of this should be cleared away. I love to leave a nice stainless kettle on the stove. It adds a little bit of sparkle. So if you've got pieces that are maybe a little crystal or a little stainless, keep those. Add a little bit of sparkle, but a little bit. Pretty much we want the kitchen to be clean, to be fresh, and to be uncluttered. I've enjoyed sharing some of these tips with you. These are just a few of the things that I do when I'm working with a seller to help sell your property. My goal is to sell your house in the least amount of time for the highest price. No one will work harder than I do to sell your property.